ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಗೆದ್ದಾಗಿದೆ.
Thank you, sir. Sir. Voting. Right now we are in
Well, B.S. Yediyurappa being one of the early birds there, casting his vote in Shikaripura in Shimoga. Of course, it is expected that all political leaders, all VIPs will go ahead and cast their vote early in the morning to ensure that they beat the queues, that before anybody else is there, they go ahead and cast their vote. So B.S. Yediyurappa, who is of course contesting from Shimoga on behalf of the BJP, going ahead and casting his vote, also expressing confidence that there is very much a BSY wave in the area as much as a Modi wave. But already voting taking place, a crowd slowly coming in there. What you can see is that in Jayanagar, Sanjay Nagar and different places, already people have gathered to beat the queues and ensure that they get to cast their votes. Remember, voting has begun, so make your way to your nearest polling booth. There are polling booths in every single area. There will definitely be one within a 2-kilometer radius of your residence. So do go out there, ensure that you cast your vote, because remember, it is absolutely necessary for every one of us to exercise this particular right. Bengaluru in the past has not had too great voter turnout. In fact, it has been disappointing, and hopefully this time around all that will change. There has been a lot of excitement over this particular elections. Also, of course, that several candidates are in the fray. Very competitive elections. So of course it will be interesting to see exactly what kind of turnout we're looking at. So far it looks like the response is rather positive. Well, my colleague Verghese joins us over the phone from Malleshwaram. Verghese, over to you. Koramangala, I beg your pardon. Verghese, over to you. Take us through exactly what's happening in Koramangala.
Well, what we know at present, Ashita, is there's a good turnout in the morning itself. There have been a lot of early morning voters who've come in to vote, especially I'm at this place in Bethany School where a lot of senior citizens are in fact coming up and voting. And then you have also youngsters coming and voting in. Most of them are saying that they don't want to be stuck in the afternoon heat. So they come early morning. So the early morning numbers look very encouraging. In fact, there's a lot of people out there who's lined up outside the polling booth. And there are also people who've come from different walks of life to cast their votes. And also, Akshita, the encouraging part is that there's a lot of youngsters also who come, in fact, to cast their votes. And there are college students, there are young graduates, upcoming professionals. In fact, it's surprising to see that they've in fact come and they are standing in large queues just to ensure that they exercise their franchisee, Akshita.
Right, Verghese, thank you so much for joining us with all those updates. We will come back to you for more. But meanwhile, yet another political leader, S.A. Ramdas, they're going ahead and casting his vote from the Mysore Kodagu constituency as well. So everyone ensuring that they do beat the heat, that they do beat the crowds as well and get there on time to go ahead and cast their votes. Of course, already we're looking at crowds gathering. My colleague Verghese is also telling us that in Koramangala, the scene is no different. Already people have come out, be it senior citizens, be it youngsters. Everyone seems to want to ensure that they get there on time before, of course, the sun is out, before the heat sets in as well. So it looks like there is a lot of enthusiasm over going ahead and casting their votes, which is definitely great to see. So beginning of the day, it's a very positive response. Don't forget, of course, that you too, once you finish voting, can proudly flaunt your thumb. You can cast your vote, take a selfie and send it into News9. But don't forget, you are not allowed to take pictures inside the polling booth. So do ensure that you step out and take that selfie and send it in to us, so you can flaunt the fact and be proud that you cast your vote. Of course, we cannot stress enough on the importance of every single person going out there and voting. But it looks like the people of Bengaluru have realized that they have a responsibility. They've come out in full gusto, and already 15 minutes into polling beginning, and we're looking at crowds already gathering at different polling booths. Well, in Koramangala there, Neena Naik, Bangalore South, candidate from AAP, has now reached a polling booth in Koramangala to go ahead and cast her vote. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, all these political leaders will be coming together early in the morning to beat the crowds, but at the end of the day, exercise their right. So Neena Nayak, who will of course play an instrumental role in the elections, going ahead and casting her votes. No points for guessing exactly who she will be supporting, but of course she is a newcomer into politics, but from the Bangalore South constituency, a very competitive constituency. She is expected to make a world of difference. She is considered to be one of those candidates who can turn out as the surprise element and can even change the fortunes of both Anand Kumar as well as Nandan Nilekani. Neena Nayak making her way into that particular polling booth to cast her vote. Of course, this is a very important day for her. She is debuting in politics, but is said to have considerable amount of support. Remember, the AAP candidate is up against the likes of a five-time MP BJP's Anand Kumar and of course a first-timer Nandan Nilekani. It is a very high-profile constituency, but Neena Nayak has held her own. There's been a lot of talk about how she could spring a surprise on both Nilekani as well as Anand Kumar. But in Koramangala, there Neena Nayak being one of the early birds and going ahead and casting her vote before the crowd comes in, and of course before she has a busy day ahead of her. Of course, through the day, we will bring you all of the VIPs to go ahead and cast their vote. We already seen Yediyurappa casting his vote in Shimoga, S.A. Ramdas from the Mysore Kodagu constituency, and now Neena Nayak in Koramangala here going ahead and casting her vote. She is currently present inside the polling booth.
Our number ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Madam, you send an SMS. SMS will send an number ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
Live visuals from Koramangala there. Neena Nayak present in one particular polling booth. Seems like there's a tad bit of confusion over whether she is at the right polling booth, but of course the AAP leader is all set to cast her vote early in the morning, 15 minutes almost after voting began. Neena Nayak making her way out of the polling booth there. It looks like she may have gotten the wrong one and now heading to a different booth to go ahead and cast her vote. A bit of confusion on exactly which polling booth is, but it looks like finally she has gotten it right. She now is making her way out of this particular polling booth in Koramangala to get to another one. We'll slip into a short break at this point. On the other side, we'll bring you the latest updates from Shantinagar. Stay tuned.